Way into overtime, and oh, what heroics there were in sudden death.
Here's Ashman. Ashman in front for Boschman. Oh, Craig Simpson dove in front.
But in double overtime, Winnipeg found a way.
Allen lets it go. Score!
Dave Ellett's power play goal at 1:08 of second overtime put the Jets one win away from history, a first ever playoff series victory over Edmonton. Now it's time for the Power Stick Power Puzzle. Tony Granato has posted 2 game-winning goals in the Kings' first 3 victories. This week's question, who has the most game-winning goals in playoff history? We'll have the answer soon.
When you've got your power stroke going, you've got confidence that nothing's going to beat you. Introducing Power Stick, the new antiperspirant that gives you 24-hour odor and wetness protection in just one wide stroke. It takes 2 strokes of the leading stick to match Power Stick's 1-stroke protection. 24-hour protection in just 1 stroke. New Power Stick from Fabergé.
Montreal great Maurice Richard scored the most game-winning goals in Stanley Cup playoff history. 18 winners for the Canadiens' immortal Rocket.
Can anyone resist the honey and nut taste of Honey Nut Cheerios?
Stay up now, stay up.
How about some Honey Nut Cheerios?
What, cereal now?
But Honey Nut Cheerios has the great taste of honey and nuts.
Honey and nuts? Did you say real honey and crunchy nuts? Hey, B, got any milk?
It's a honey, it's a Honey Nut Cheerios.
Next on Power Stick Hockey Week, playoff drama in the Wales Conference. On now to the Adams Division, where the Bruin-Whaler series heads south to Hartford. It's called the Battle of New England, this first ever playoff between Hartford and Boston. And the shot heard around New England, Grant Jennings' check on Ray Bourque at the end of Game 2. Bourque came away with a hip pointer and would be unable to play in Game 3. Thus, the Bruins would have to resume the battle without him.
2 minutes, Smokey, 2 minutes here. Come on, Andy. Come on now, Andy. Come on, Bogey. Come on, kid.
But Bourque's absence was definitely felt. The Whalers eventually broke the Bruins down.
Hey, Babbitt. That's right around Galley. Shooting, he scores! Francis wins that draw. Shaw with a backhand try. Dribbles in front. They score! Tippett chops at it. He sails it off the boards. Deneen's onside. He roars in. He scored!
The Whalers now led the series 2-1. Somewhat startling, perhaps, but both teams were taking the situation in stride.
You know, we really played with a lot of confidence, and I think we had a lot of juice tonight. Everybody was excited, and you know, in front of the home fans, we felt we put on a pretty good show.
We certainly have our work ahead of us, and we're not going to take anything for granted or feel that we've got an upper edge on anybody. We're going to keep plugging away and take it game by game.
As far as the first 3 games are concerned, you know, they've been very close games, and bounces have been the difference. And you know, Hartford got a bounce tonight, and we didn't, and they won the hockey game.
We had a chance to win this hockey game, but unfortunately we didn't. We're gonna have to grab it on Wednesday.
Any hope Boston entertained of evening the series looked awfully dismal in Game 4 as Hartford carried a 5-2 lead into the third period. But that's when one of the most remarkable rallies in 65 years of Bruins history was keyed by Dave Poulin.
Wesley backhands it in front, a save by Sidorkovic, they score! Poulin hung in there, and the Bruins scored 1:28 in the third period. Here in the third, the Bruins are charging back. Their rally has reached 2 goals, and it's 5-4 now. Poulin across, they score! Christian has tied it up. And Neely pushes it across to Burry. Poulin's with him. Burry, the backhand pass, it deflects on goal. Sidorkovic dives across, they score!
With 2 goals and an assist, Dave Poulin lifted the Bruins to a stunning 6-5 win. At their bleakest point, the Bruins had fought back. The series was even. Next, Montreal and Buffalo get it going at the Forum. Sign of the times in Montreal, where cup dreams are cherished. The Sabres have their own visions, and in Game 3, they took a first-period lead. But the Canadiens clawed back, eventually tying the game. From that point, defense ruled.
Corson walking around Ramsey. Richer in front. What a play by Crook. Oh, what a play that was on a 2-on-1.
As the struggle went to overtime, this tension-filled drama would inevitably explode. The detonator was held by Brian Skrudland.
Ludwig flips it into the corner. Skrudland taken out by Ramsey. Corson behind the net. Skrudland. They score! Is there anything in hockey to match the home team scoring in overtime?
Rick Dudley might have thought there was, but not the Habs, who now held a 2-1 series lead over the Sabres. And Game 4 continued on the same note as Montreal's top gun led the way.
Richer now in the Buffalo line. Richer stick handling, stepping around Crook, score!
Stephen Richet's third goal and 8th point of the series put the Habs up 1-0. Meanwhile, Sabres scoring leader Pierre Turgeon remained silent, but that wouldn't last.
5 behind the net. Turgeon's in front. They get it. They score! 2-on-1. Here's Rick 5 over to Andrechuk. Housley follows up. He shoots. Puck in front. Turgeon scores! The Sabres have taken a 4-2 lead.
And that's how it finished. The resharpened Sabres had evened the series and now look forward to a Buffalo return. Now a nice moment on ice, brought to you by Nice Sore Throat Lozenges. Hall of Famer Bobby Hull was one of hockey's most feared marksmen, netting over 600 goals in his 15 seasons with the Chicago Blackhawks. The Golden Jet also flew high as a member of the Winnipeg Jets, who retired his number 9 in 1989. In Bobby's 7 seasons with Winnipeg, they won 3 WHA titles. For Bobby Hull, it was truly a nice moment on ice.
Gee, sounds awful, Bob.
It's no day at the beach, Steve. Sore throat, cough.
Try one of these.
Sugar-free Nice showers your throat with medicine for icy, cool relief.
Oh, cool. Feels better. Guess it's back to work for me.
Yeah.
Put your throat on ice with Nice.
So there I was having breakfast when this friend came over and asked me why I'm eating Cheerios. Hey, simple choice, I told him, whole grain oats. Well, then right away he started going on about all this nutrition talk and said he was all confused. So I stopped him right there. I said, look, Cheerios is low sugar, whole grain oats with all the oat bran. It's nutrition made simple. Look, you get enough confusion during the day, I told him. You don't need any more over breakfast.
You're right there. I don't need any more.
This is the place. We'll set in the pace.
Welcome to the new standard of automotive sales and service.
We have 10 makes of cars, including Pontiac, Toyota, Volvo,
This is the place.
Porsche, Audi,
We're
Volkswagen,
winning the race.
Lincoln, Mercury, Suzuki, and GMC trucks.
Plus the right service to back up every sale.
Yeah, this is the place. We're setting the pace.
There has never been a place like AutoPlay. Come get your best deal now.
Yeah, this is the place.
Main and Transit in Williamsville.
Hey, guys.
We found a cool new way to get vitamin C.
Really? No kidding.
Look, new nice vitamin C drops.
Yeah.
You get a full day's supply of vitamin C in every cool, soothing drop.
Well, what do you think?
Real cool.
New from those cold experts at Nice.
Welcome back to Power Stick Hockey Week. Let's set our sights on the Patrick Division's Battle of New York. Up 2-0 in the series, the Rangers called upon John Van Beesbrook to take over the goaltending chores from Mike Richter, a move that surprised only those who weren't listening to Roger Nielsen's playoff plans. For their part, the Islanders, playing at home, were far more concerned with getting a handle on a win. Trailing 3-2 in the third period, little Hubie McDonough came up large.
Nichols knocks him off the board. Tyler unloads from the point. The rebound and bat out of a couple of times and score! Hubie McDonough!
That magic from McDonough meant overtime. An overtime of hardship and joy for the Islanders. Hardship in particular on the part of Jeff Norton. In the extra period, Norton took this hit from Troy Millette. On the play, with just 8 seconds remaining in the first overtime period, Millette was assessed a 5-minute major for boarding and a game misconduct. Thus, the Islanders would begin double overtime on the power play.
Finley has picked up the left point position. His volley feeds him. Jeff Finley with a shot. They score! Right center!
The Islander franchise was now 6-0 in playoff overtimes against the Rangers. But Roger Nielsen wasn't interested in history, only in winning the series. Just 22 seconds into Game 4, Brad Lauer was sent off for tripping, and the Rangers rode herd.
Patricio takes a look toward Patrick, then decides to center one, and they score! Oh, Proudnick, and there's a protest being put up by Glenn Healy. Ron Hogarth shakes his head, says, don't bother. The Rangers lead 1-0.
And with the Rangers up 4-1, Mark Fitzpatrick replaced Glenn Healy, but the switch made no difference in the net result.
Mullen with a lead pass, O'Reilly coming in on Fitzpatrick. Shoots, he scores!
Final score, 6-1. The Rangers had taken a commanding 3-1 series lead in the always emotional Battle of New York. Next up in the Patrick division, Devils and Caps tied at 1. In the New Jersey goal, Chris Terreri making his second playoff start. Though the Capitals came right at him, Terreri stuck to his game plan in a contest in which shots, to say nothing of goals, were hard to come by.
Boy, it has not been an offensive game.
This is halfway through the game.
Yeah.
With the Devils up by a goal, Brendan Shanahan had a hand in a crucial score.
Morris dropped it. He had a lane to shoot. Weinrich on the fly. Tip, score! What a tip by Brendan Shanahan! A power play goal, and the Devils lead 2-0.
But Washington legislated something of a capital comeback.
Power play Caps. Hatcher shot, save, rebound, shot, score! Who else? Dino Ciccarelli.
Dino's 6th goal in 3 games wasn't enough. The Devils on just 10 shots beat Washington 2-1. Game 4, do or die for the Caps, and this time they played like it. Washington took a 2-1 lead into the third period. But these days, no game would be complete without a tally from Dino Ciccarelli, still on a tear.
Back Ciccarelli in. Ciccarelli moving the shot. Score! He did it again!
Playoff leader Dino Ciccarelli's 7th goal, and the Devils and Caps series tied at 2. And finally, a moment of remembrance for Harold Ballard, a unique presence in hockey for more than 60 years.
Goaltender. The awards